SIG MCX. Sometimes I say MPX. Keep screwing it up. But what I'm going to show you is a caliber change, how quick it is. So what I've decided to do, what you need for this is obviously the op rod change and the barrel. Those are the main two things that you need. You will also need a Torx wrench, and I think it's a T25 Torx. I have one in this Borka Tools 65-inch. This is I use this. It's a cool tool you can get from them, and I originally used it for the scar. It was the amount they wanted you to torque it down to put the scar barrel on, and so I'm kind of just using that for this. I think it's a good 65 inch-pounds is a good amount of torque, and the barrel gets really solid on there. So I'm going to go through changing out the barrel. It is fast. It is a quick process. See if I can try to keep this in camera the whole time. And you don't, I suggest making sure you change the bolt for it first, not the barrel first. I don't mind taking out the barrel first, but you should really change the bolt first. So this is safe and clear, in case anybody's wondering. Okay. The lower comes off. Obviously, you don't need to pull the whole upper off. You just take. Okay. So undo the barrel. I'm not sure how many times I'm going to be able to change barrels on this without something wearing out. Kind of is a silly system. I hope they can replace this part. SIG never talked about the fact on whether they can replace this part or not. It doesn't look like it. There must be a way to replace it. Hopefully they can. Okay. Go ahead and take the op rod, and that helps the barrel come out. Just like that. Now, this is the part that is going to give some people some trouble, and it's not as easy as they make it out to be. If you know how to take apart an AR-15, you should be able to do this too. By the way, it's freaking cold out here. Here's a change. Spring comes out, spring comes down, this cup comes off. Both springs can come off. These two can come off, and this thing comes off. Okay. Now it comes apart just like an AR-15. You pull the pin out of the back. That will drop your firing pin out. Rotate, drop the cam pin, bolt face, and then there's a hole in the bottom where you press down, and what you're doing is you're releasing this little indent right here. There's a little indent. You're just pushing through that hole and pushing this indent up. Allows it to slide out. Now you can change your op rod. Make a nice little cutaway right here, so as you're sliding this new one in, the indent, so you can see that just slides right in. Very nice. Now I sort of do it in reverse. Bolt in. Make sure you face the bolt the right way. Bolt should always go with the extractor facing the window, so if if my op rod is going this way, my extractor should be facing the window. Because I'm holding it this way, it's obviously opposite. I think that this won't work if you try to do it backwards, but can't pin. Guess we're about to find out. Guess I'm making this hard. Can't pin sideways. Firing pin, and then the little thing that keeps the firing pin in. Once your bolt is back together, you should be able to move it around. Nothing should fall out. Make sure that firing pin doesn't fall out, you know you pretty much did it. And this piece also does not turn. It moves back and forth, but it won't turn. So, bolt just about back together. Now comes the different part that you're not used to. This is your op rod. You can see a nice little cutaway right there, and this piece will fit right into that cutaway. See how nicely that fits in. One rod goes down, and it should be catching. If you do this backwards, you can't put it through, so it should be going through and catching. Okay. Now the springs are going to go on. Ooh, that felt magnetic. Get caught it wrong. Weird. Okay. Now here's the tricky part. Know that this is the top of the rifle, therefore this piece should go on this way. I do believe. Hopefully you can see that. Let's try to turn it around this way. So this is the bottom, and also the back. So this piece should fit on like that, so that when it goes into the rifle, this caution thing is readable, I guess you should say. Bolt to the face. See how that is? Hopefully you see it. Here comes the other piece of the spring. It's right over. Kind of slide it down like a condom, I've heard. Then you put that piece on like so. Bolt is back together. Hope that was all on camera. Probably not. Now I'll throw the new blackout barrel on. Barrel just goes right in. It's in nicely, and you screw it down. I'm going to be changing this back in a minute, so I'm actually not going to screw it all down. But this is, again, maybe why not. So again, this piece will get you to the right torque, which I've decided I'm going to go with this torque, which is 65 foot-pounds. I'm not sure if that's too much or too little, but if I was to tighten this down all the way, this thing kind of breaks at the end. It's a lot of poundage. I should really read the book and figure out if 65 is too much. See it snap? That's when got the poundage right. So that's it, 65 foot-pounds. Feels solid to me. I don't think it's over torquing it. I do want to contact SIG and see if that's a replaceable part or not. Again, just like an AR, your charging handle goes in. Then the op rod with bolt goes up top here. That fits in like so. Charging handle has to get over this little pump thing. This is a pain in the balls because I'm trying to do it from the camera. Take it on my way. It's a righty. Three-handed blackout. I would suggest checking to make sure that you are alright. Fits right in there, so it says caution. I should say that correctly. Caution right there. That caution, alright. 300 blackout barrels on. And then it goes on the upper again. I like to do on this one the rear pin first. Okay, because this has a capture so that when it goes on, the front pin goes through, capturing this. And now she's changed for 300 blackout. I will say that the trigger that came on this thing looks nicer than 300 blackout. The trigger that came on this thing is was horrible. It must have been 12 pounds. So put a ALG that I had lying around in it. It does take any standard AR trigger. ALG is nice. It's a lot better than what was in there, but it's no Geisley, I will say. Same sort of company. So I hope that tells you guys about changing the MCX, and hope you enjoyed it.